Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. Here in Edmonton, it is a wonderful sunny day, and I hope wherever you guys are, you're keeping safe and you're looking after yourselves and one another. Sorry guys, only one coffee today and I'm still screwing up on things. In this episode of the Music Den, I'm going to be doing another installment of In the Spotlight, and I just got the idea to do this episode this morning. Now, for those of you who don't know, In the Spotlight is where I take an album by a band, either well-known band or not so well-known band, and same goes for the album. It's either well-known or not so well-known, and I basically discuss it and uh, give you information on it, and hopefully after listening to this or watching this, you will discover the record and maybe find something new to listen to. In this instance, it is a well-known band I'm going to be talking about. This is their 12th album, released in April of 1981. And I've given shout outs to my sisters before in other videos, and this video is no different. I want to give a special shout out to my sister Anna, who introduced me to this album. The artist is Santana, and the album is Zebop. Zebop was, as I said, released in April of 1981. It is the band's 12th album, produced by Santana, Bill Graham, and Keith Olsen. Keith Olsen has worked with people such as Buckingham Nicks and Fleetwood Mac. This album, when it came out, I remember my sister buying it in the summer of 81 and bringing it home and putting it on, and just amazing. It's a combination of the Latin jazz fusion that Santana is known for, and also, but there's also a bit of a more of a pop sensibility about it. And this album, after researching it, I found out was their last top 40 album until 1999 Supernatural, which blew me away. I had no idea. Now, in this incarnation of the band, you've always had different people coming in and out of the band. But in this incarnation of the band, you had on lead vocals Alex Litgerwood. I hope I say that right. Alex Litgerwood has a very, at the time of this recording, had a very raspy kind of delivery on his vocals. Very good, powerful vocalist, very powerful. And he co-wrote a few of the songs on the album. So you had Alex Litgerwood on lead vocals. You had Carlos Santana, of course, on guitars and percussion and production. Chris Solberg on guitars and keyboards. Alan Pasqua on keyboards and vocals. Richard Baker on keyboards, organ, piano, and synthesizers. David Morgan, Margen, I hope I say that right, on bass. Graham Lear on drums. Armando Peraza on bongos, percussion. Raul, let me see if I have that right. Raul Recao on congas, percussion, and Orestes Vitalo on timbales and backing vocals. Now, again, as I said, this album is a combination of the Latin jazz fusion that Santana were known for, with albums like Abraxas and, the debut, and also Santana 3 and Amigos from 76, mixed with, I call it a pop sensibility, okay? There were 4 singles released from the album: Changes, which is the Cat Stevens cover, Searching, Winning, and The Sensitive Kind, the J.J. Cale cover. Now, Changes starts off the album, and very, fantastic, so this is where, for me, where the pop sensibility comes in. And it's fantastic. I mean, Alex's delivery on the vocals is just smooth, suave, just beautiful. E Papade is the next track. Um, Latin jazz fusion galore. Uh, Primera Invasion, the instrumental, which is basically a band composition, is amazing. That segues into Searchin', beautiful song, fantastic vocal delivery by Alex Lugawood. I swear to God, it's amazing. Over and over again, over and over comes after. I was going to say over and over again. That's in the lyric. Sorry. Um, Over and over comes in after Searching. Just an amazing rock extravaganza of a track. Winning is the last track on side one, which is the Russ Ballard track. And I believe the one single that made it on the charts from the album. Winning is just a beautiful melodic pop track delivered a la Santana. The only way Santana can do it. Fantastic. And in fact, I mean, when I was younger, and my sister Carmela would put the album on. Yeah. Rest in peace, Carm. Um, Searching over and over and Winning were the three tracks that we basically concentrated on. I was too young to understand the musicality of songs like Primera Invasion and E Papa Day, uh, you know, even the sensitive kind I really never listened to. But listening to it recently, I thought this is a fantastic album. This should be talked about even more. And again, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was really shocked that this album has been discontinued. If you can get this album on Discogs or on eBay, please do. I mean, you will not be disappointed. Again, back to the album. Side two starts off with the instrumental. There's quite a few instrumentals on this. The instrumental of Tales of Kilimanjaro, great track. The Sensitive Kind is, one of the singles, as I said, released from the album. Great version of the J.J. Cale track. American Gypsy, just Carlos Santana puts his stamp on everything he plays on this album, and this song just comes out of the gate blistering. There's no letting up on the guitar. I Love You Much Too Much is a beautiful instrumental that comes after this. Brightest Star for me is Santana with a heavy blues tinge to it. Just amazing. Just amazing. Hannibal, which ends the album. Beautiful track. Beautiful track. And it's mostly an instrumental, but there are Latin phrasing on the choruses. It's just amazing. It's an amazing album. On this tour, if memory serves me correctly, they played what was known at the time as the O'Keefe Center in Toronto. And my sisters went to see this show. I was obviously too young to go. And they put on an amazing show. I saw Santana on the Supernatural tour, in 1999, and they were good then. But this was when they were at their, I call it, I guess, their Latin jazz best. I think the reason why this album is a cross between Latin jazz and pop is that I guess Carlos Santana and the record company and management wanted him to somewhat cross over into the pop realm, and they do. They do. He doesn't lose his jazz fusion edge, or or his attack. But this album for me is great. It's fantastic. I think my honest opinion is, if I was to choose between this and say Supernatural, I take this hands down. There's no way around it. This album for me, I'm gonna. I have it on, had it on vinyl. My sister had it on vinyl. I want to see if I can find it on CD and just maybe on Discogs. And this album needs to be back in my collection. Sorry, it's got to be said. So yeah, I do believe that this was his attempt to cross over into the pop charts, which he did. But I do believe that he keeps the feel of Latin Latin jazz fusion alive on this album very much so. So please check this album out. It's on YouTube. You can stream it. You can find this album on eBay. I have not attempted, but I believe you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Discogs. And if you are asked to pay a heavy penny for it, I would. So please let me know down below, what your views on Zebop are. Do you know of the album? Have you heard of it? Has it been a while since you've listened to it? What do you think about it? And again, click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for any new content that I've got coming up. And I will be posting a new video very soon. I'm going to be doing a video on my top Fleetwood Mac albums from the Lindsey Buckingham era, which should be really good. So please look after yourselves and one another, and have a good day, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.